Hi, I'm Jessica Herring with Finance of America. I am a mortgage lender. Been in banking and finance for a very long time, about 15 years, and most recently a mortgage advisor for the last 3.5 years. And today I want to visit about credit scores and how they're comprised. There's 5 major categories that make up your credit score, and all of these things are completely in your control. So let's talk about them. The first one is length of credit history. Length of credit history accounts for 15% of your credit score. So from the very first credit account that you open, whether it was your first credit card in college, or maybe an auto loan that you had your parents and grandparents co-sign for you, that was the very beginning of your credit score. And I've seen a lot of credit reports in my career, and a lot of long histories. So the biggest thing I've seen is that when people have a credit card, maybe they've had it for 10, 12, 20, even 30 years, they don't ever close it because that is kind of holding the length of their credit history. So if they close that and then they had something more recent that they opened, it would immediately shorten your credit history. So not to say you have to keep everything open, but I always recommend you keeping your longest account open if possible, if that is a revolving line of credit, like a credit card or something. And the next category would be credit mix. Credit mix is accountable for 10% of your credit score. And that's going to be the variety of credit accounts you have, like mortgages, auto loans, lines of credit, credit cards, and things like that. So a good healthy variety does help your credit score, but again, it only accounts for 10%. You definitely want to watch those credit inquiries too, which is the next category. Credit inquiries or new inquiries also account for about 10%. And those typically only stay on your credit report for 24 months. So when you're thinking about applying for an auto loan or a new mortgage loan, you definitely want to be aware of how many you have and how many you've had recently. And then if any of those are going to be falling off anytime soon, then you can wait a couple of weeks or a couple of months before you do a new inquiry just to keep those down. But again, it's only 10% of your credit score, and it's not going to make or break your credit, typically, depending on where you fall in the credit score field. The next one is payment history. Payment history is accountable for 35% of your credit score. That's right. That's the biggest category. You control your credit score by making on-time payments. That is the easiest and the biggest impact that you can make is just making those on time. Now, on time, for our purposes, I'm talking about within 30 days of your due date. Paying anything within 30 days of your due date is going to show as an on-time payment on your credit report. Now, you may have a late fee if you go past 10 or 15 days of the due date. That is between you and your lender. But making on-time payments within 30 days of the due date of that payment is going to keep your credit payment history clean, squeaky clean. The last category is amounts owed. Amounts owed accounts for the remaining 30% of your credit score. This is huge. I'm talking to all of you folks who like to use your credit card for every little thing. That's totally fine if you want to do that. But if you have a $5,000 credit card and your monthly expenses are $4,500, your credit card may likely always show a $4,500 balance. So you may want to talk to your bank or lender about increasing your line of credit if you are using more than 30% of your credit limit every month, whether you pay it off or not. This is important because that will lower your credit score utilizing too much of your open lines of credit. If you have more questions about credit scores, mortgage lending, how to increase your credit score, or how to make your credit report look a little bit healthier, you can reach out to me on Facebook at Dream Loans for Dream Homes with Jessica. I'd love to answer any of your questions that you have, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.